Hi, Ukulele Mike here. Rather than focusing on a specific song, in this lesson I'm going to be giving you some tips and advice on chord fingerings. Over the 4 decades that I've taught ukulele and guitar, these tips and advice have applied to all the fretted stringed instruments, mandolin, banjo, you name it, anything that has metal frets. First of all, remember, as we number the strings, we number them from this string being the first, down closest to the floor, first, second, third, and fourth. The fingers we number 1, 2, 3, and 4. We don't number the thumb. So whenever I tell you to put a particular finger on a particular fret on a particular string, you will know what I'm talking about. So our little GPS here of ukulele playing. So for instance, if I say to play a C7 chord, I say put the first finger on the first fret of the first string, which would be right here. Now, one of the misunderstandings is that you don't put it right on the fret. You put it just behind it. And you want to keep it fairly close behind it. If it's further back, you'll get a dead sound. Right there. C chord, always play it with the ring finger. Otherwise, if you play it with the index finger, it puts you in the third position. And then to get to the F chord, you got to shift your hand down and shift it back up for the C. You want to avoid these shiftings. Same thing with the A minor. Play it with the middle finger, not the index finger. Middle finger. D chord. I can play it this way if I really work at it, but my fingers are kind of thick. So playing the D chord with the index finger on the second fret of the fourth, third, and second is a challenge for me. If you can do it, that's fine. I actually prefer, not only for the facility of it, but also the sound, by barring the second fret and putting my pinky up on the 5th fret of the first string. In regards to barring, keep that finger flat. Keep the bar finger flat. Keep the thumb behind the neck to support it, to squeeze it, so that you got a good clean sound of all 4 strings. Then keep the wrist dropped. If they have the wrist up like this and the thumb poking around, you'll never keep that finger straight. So keep the wrist dropped, keep it hollow, have some air behind your hand and the neck. Then you put your little pinky on the first string, 5th fret, and there's your D chord. Now, in doing a B minor, you also want to bar the 2nd fret, but this finger, the ring finger's got to come all the way over to the 4th fret of the 4th string. You want it to curve. You want it to arch over. So keep that finger nice and curved. Once again, if the hand is up like this, it won't work. Also, if your ukulele slouches down, it won't work. You got to keep your ukulele up like this at all times. B flat chord. It's a partial bar chord because you're only barring 2 strings, and yet that's got to remain flat. While these 2 fingers come over to the 2nd fret of the 3rd fret, 3rd string, for a 3rd fret of the 4th string, they have to curve. So once again, drop the wrist. Avoid this. Okay? Now the G7th, this is a real challenge for most of my students. Quite often the students will have their hands up like this, and what happens is it forces that ring finger to go up to the 3rd fret. So what you want to do is drop your wrist so that this finger will come in, tuck in underneath on the 2nd fret of the 1st string, 1st fret of the 2nd, and 2nd fret of the 3rd. And there's your G7th chord. Avoid, once again, having the hand up like this or slouching down. Muscle memory. As you are learning these chords, you are going to be programming memory into your muscles. And one little advice I would give to you is do some looping exercises. Say, for instance, take the key of C, which is C, F, and G7th. And just do that over and over and over again, repetitively, every day. Try to do it without looking at it so you get the feel of it, so you can keep your eye on the music. And I tell my students, like if they got a favorite TV show on Disney Channel, Nickelodeon, whatever, is to sit there in front of the television. They don't have to strum. Just get a C chord, get an F chord, get a G7th. By half an hour into that show, they've played that progression, 400 or 500 times, over and over again. And they don't know it, but they're actually programming their muscles with the memory of what that progression is. So there's some tips and advice, and I will be doing these from time to time. If you've got any other questions you'd like me to touch on in these little tips and advice lessons, please email me at my YouTube channel or at my website, www.ukulelemikelynch.com. Have fun with it and happy strumming.